is the left nostril of my brother Reese. It squeaks all night long.
Many people refer to this decade as the second golden age of television, and these shows are the reason why.
They cannot arrest a husband and wife for the same crime.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 decade-defining TV shows of the 2000s.
Oh, God, you're killing me. Oh, God, you're killing me.
For our series on the top 10 decade-defining shows per era, we picked series that spoke to the period in which they were made and set the standard for television during that time.
Still mistaking his body odors for candy. Problem's definitely in his brain.
These shows were chosen for how important they were in the 2000s, regardless of when they started or finished.
Another murder.
Number 10, CSI, Crime Scene Investigation.
Not now. No. You need to see this. Both of you. Now.
This show's had a few different spin-offs, set in a few different places, but the Las Vegas set original has remained our favorite. The procedural cop show follows the lives of forensic criminalists who solve seemingly impossible cases by gathering and examining physical evidence. And it has inspired an entire genre of imitators, but nothing beats the original.
Oh, God.
We love the stories, but it's the unforgettable characters like Gil Grissom who really make the series memorable.
Make sure you include this in your field notes.
As well as the stylized violence that challenged the acceptable limits of television in the new millennium.
2 undercover guys outside, 2 dead bodies inside.
Makes you feel a little paranoid, huh?
Not paranoid enough.
I'm Singing At Last by Etta James.
Great song.
Number 9, American Idol.
My love has come along.
Deep down, most of us want to be rock stars, and this show played on our desires. It put aspiring vocalists through competitions where singers were eliminated weekly based on fan voting, until only one remained. That lucky competitor would then get a record deal and be crowned the American Idol. It launched the careers of superstars like Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood, and helped push the reality TV trend even further. However, as we saw in the often hilariously bad auditions, it also helped us realize that not everyone's cut out for a musical career.
Week after week, multiple songs. You know more than anyone. So it's like if they can't handle this heat, that kitchen is a broiler.
Number 8, The Office.
Comedy is very much alive, as are homeless people.
Though this mockumentary started off as a remake of Ricky Gervais' British comedy of the same name, it quickly forged its own identity, bucking traditional sitcom trends by working with a single camera and without the help of a laugh track.
Yes, that's a good point. She is a good point.
The show concerns the lives of the zany employees of the Scranton, Pennsylvania branch of the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company.
Apparently you called Oscar faggy.
Yeah.
For like the movie Shakespeare in Love more than an action movie.
It wasn't just an action movie, it was Die Hard.
Bizarre characters like the obnoxious boss Michael and the quirky pencil pusher Dwight gave the show a unique sense of humor.
Jim is gone. He's gone. I miss him so much. Oh, I cry myself to sleep, Jim.
False. I do not miss him.
It also tugged at our heartstrings as we couldn't wait to see if or when Jim and Pam would finally hook up.
You're really gonna marry him? Okay.
Number 7, Lost.
Why did you choose it?
This show alienated fans with its finale.
Don't even say it.
But the thrilling adventures that led to its conclusion were enough to earn it a spot on our list. Week after week, we couldn't wait to see what would happen to the survivors of Oceanic Flight 815 as they tried to survive on the tropical island where they were stranded. Their stories became even more compelling as we learned more about them and the mysterious island they inhabited.
We have to go now.
Popular in the ratings, popular at award shows, and popular with critics, Lost is a cult hit that continues to drive viewers nuts.
And doing that required a tremendous amount of patience.
Number 6, Family Guy.
Okay, everybody, time for paintball.
Ooh, I forgot to pick up the paintball guns.
Well, we could use these. I brought them from the office.
This animated sitcom was so beloved by its fans, they convinced Fox to bring it back after its cancellation.
Good thing I just watched that National Geographic special on fire trucks.
A solitary killer, the fire truck stalks its prey.
It won viewers over with its mix of pop culture references, slapstick humor, and gross-out gags.
Damn it, you guys are boring the crap out of me. Stupid, mindless chatter is what it is. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go back to my place and rent a dirty movie.
But Seth MacFarlane's brainchild also contained a hilarious satire of the American family, with the Griffins at its center.
Lois, our relationship cannot be measured in nipples and dimes. I mean nickels and boobs. Money.
A seemingly normal family composed of quirky and unforgettable characters like the buffoonish dad Peter and the evil child Stewie.
Well, this is, don't even get me started.
The Simpsons for a new generation, Family Guy reminded us that not all cartoons are for kids.
To be honest, I can't imagine a worse kind of hell. And unfortunately, hell is probably where he'll end up because the Christians don't look too kindly on the whole Force thing.
Number 5. Survivor.
First tribe to finish gets the tarps. First 3 to finish get immunity. Last to finish, tribal council, somebody going home.
It's hard to imagine now, but reality shows once weren't very popular on broadcast TV. That is, before this series came along and they blew up in the 2000s. Thankfully for us viewers, Survivor brought reality to the networks in a big way.
People at home watching identify with me. I'm like the person at home watching on the couch, remember? I was the couch potato.
It showcased contestants trying to outwit, outplay, and outlast each other in desolate locales in order to win $1 million.
I'm thinking, you know what? Take your time, Johnny Fairplay. Slow and steady wins the race.
Every season introduced a compelling new cast of unpredictable competitors.
Billy, the tribe has spoken.
And we loved watching them interact in gorgeous places like the Australian outback.
We have nothing to sustain us through the morning today. We're praying for fish. We have only 2 hooks right now.
Number 4. How I Met Your Mother.
On the house. Whoa. It's my own concoction. I call it the Red Dragon.
Wow. Thanks, Carl.
Really sweet.
Wow. We're not really doing shots, are we? Not in a million years.
Here's a romantic sitcom that used quirky humor without letting it get in the way of the show's dramatic impact.
And we only get one life. So why don't you come over to my apartment right now, and we'll think of something stupid to do together. Really? Great. Wait, really?
The series used a unique framing device to tell its story, where protagonist Ted is in the future telling his children about how he met their mother.
Oh my God. Are you gonna cry?
Of course, the character who really stole our hearts was Neil Patrick Harris's hilariously foul-mouthed playboy, Barney.
Oh, come on. You've got to give me this one. Those 5 shots got you farther with Robin than your brain ever did.
Considered friends for millennials, this show and its ensemble cast may have disappointed some with the finale, but How I Met Your Mother was a mainstream success with a cult following.
We're the other guys, the older guys who never showed up and whose approval they now crave.
So we're their dads?
Exactly.
Number 3, The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Anyway, what I was saying was last Thursday saw the start of a new ground offensive launched by Israel.
This show was around before Jon Stewart, but he made it into a pop culture sensation.
You've lost Kim Jong-il, dead, Gaddafi, dead, Osama bin Laden, dead. Who do you play cards with now?
After replacing Craig Kilborn in 1999, Stewart upped viewership by a whopping 400% thanks to his biting satire and political commentaries.
You know, there are ways that we can decide whether or not it's like a career aptitude test, and it can help you.
This is good. A launching pad for future stars like Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell. The new and improved Daily Show received particular attention during the run-up to the 2004 presidential election.
Son of a bitch bought a drink for his drink. If that's not wasteful spending, I don't know what is.
Where the Indecision 2004 segments hilariously shed light on the absurdities of American electoral politics. Stewart later became more serious, taking pundits like Jim Cramer to task.
Do you have a favorite shape for that home office? Would you like that office? Would you like to have corners, or would you like it not to have corners? I don't know.
Number 2, The Wire.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do.
If it's light entertainment you seek, this is probably not the show for you.
Well, do you feel that, Mikey? Do you feel it? Because I swear to God, that is my f***ing dick in your ear.
If, however, you're okay with feeling depressed while watching TV, this powerful drama might suit you. This HBO series portrays decay in the city of Baltimore by focusing on a different organization each season. However, depressing as it may be,
What?
it can also be laugh out loud funny.
Major crimes.
Shit.
Labeled the best show no one watched,
So to speak.
The Wire is gritty, dark, and realistic. It's also a favorite of President Barack Obama, so it's got that going for it, too.
Come on, we're celebrating.
Before we unveil our pick for decade-defining show of the 2000s, here are a few honorable mentions.
Go, go! Hurry, brother, get to the boat!
Anyway, I went into the stall. Generally, when I use a public toilet, I'll go into the stall as opposed to the urinals. I find there's no privacy, and if there's no dividers, it's kind of like going in a trough.
All right.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap!
Learn by doing.
Why couldn't I do that? I hated him at that moment.
This might provide an advantage, actually. Go is considered to be a particularly psychologically revealing game. There are profiles for every player: the conservative point counter, the aggressor, the finesser.
What kind of player is Lisman?
Soon, you'll be packed into a few neatly wrapped hefties and my own small corner of the world.
Number 1, The Sopranos.
Are they trustworthy, these guys? Yeah. Make sure.
As we've seen, there were many great shows in the 2000s, but this series easily killed the competition.
No!
It took the tired trope of the mob story and made it fresh by focusing on the family life of Mafia Don Tony Soprano.
Yeah, it's me.
And humanized him by showing his therapy sessions.
I don't know, I guess I'm not as optimistic as I once was.
James Gandolfini's incredible performance as Tony anchored the drama.
Depressive personality, unstable, impossible to please.
But the rest of the ensemble was equally as strong.
What did you call me?
Another show that proved premium cable supremacy in the scripted show department, The Sopranos was well written, well acted, and well loved by many.
It really is beautiful, isn't it?
Do you agree with our list?
That was excellent.
What TV show do you think best defined the 2000s?
I don't know.
For more memorable top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
What's the big deal? Why don't you just let me out of this thing, okay?